miles away. I better speak up if I got something to say, 'cause it ain't over until she sings. You had your reasons, you had a few, but you know that I would go anywhere for you, 'cause it ain't over until she sings. I just need to get it off my chest, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. You should know that baby you're the best, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. I just Your good intentions are sweet and pure, but they can never tame a fire like yours. No, it ain't over until she sings. Yeah. Right where you want it, down on my knees. You got me begging, pretty baby, set me free, 'cause it ain't over until she sings. Come a little closer, let me taste your smile until the morning light. Ain't no going back the way you look tonight. I see it in your eyes. I just need to get it off my chest, yeah, more than you know, yeah, more than you know. You should know that baby you're the best, yeah, more than you know, 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 yeah, more than you know. You said that we would always be. Without you, I feel lost at sea. Through the darkness, you'd hide with me. Like the wind, we'd be wild and free. You said you'd follow me anywhere. Through your eyes, tell me you won't be there. I gotta learn how to love without you. I gotta carry my cross without you. Stuck in the middle and I'm just about to figure it out without you. And I'm done sitting home without you. Fuck, I'm blowing up without you. I'm gonna tear this city down without you. I'm going Bonnie and Clyde without you. Now I'm running away, my dear, from myself and the truth I fear. My heart is beating, I can't see clear. How I'm wishing that you were here. You said you follow me anywhere, but your eyes tell me you won't be there. I gotta learn how to love without you. I gotta carry my cross without you. Stuck in the middle and I'm just about to figure it out without you. And I'm done sitting home without you. Fuck, I'm
All right. Let's go. That market is open. What is going on, guys? Hope we're all having a good one. What's going on today? Tom, can you play some Katy Perry next? Maybe. We might have to get into some Katy Perry, some KP. I don't know. We might. It'll take a minute, though, for that. Here we go. Google breaking out. Looks pretty good above resistance from the past couple days. It was holding under there pretty well. Hell yeah, Mason. The Market Bull 2025. Palantir's the MVP. Hell yeah, I agree. Palantir, I could not believe the numbers when I started reading through. Now, we've seen numbers that are pretty crazy the past few years on some reports, like NVIDIA. I can't believe the growth numbers you hear sometimes. It's like, you know, they'll have like 200% year-over-year growth or something, but no, it's not gonna stay like that, of course, the larger they get, but either way, pretty important. Good old Palantir. What a move. Look at that, 22%. Excuse me, guys. Just love the wintertime. All right, Citigroup, Bank of America, BAC. Eyeing up those banks today. Really, the watch list is where it's at. All the quantum stocks again. Staying hot today. Looks like they're trying to break out a little bit. 4.42% on QUBT. Show my screen. Oh my God. What did I do? There we go. Thank you, George. Thank you, thank you. What's up, Rome? Quantum stocks, 3.8%. I've been all over today. You guys want to know what happened right when the stream started? You're going to laugh at me. I took my headset off and I set it in my daughter's room. And I came here for the stream and I'm like, where's my headset? You guys would have laughed. I'm like running around my house looking for this headset. And I'm like, shit, that's right. I set it over there. It was so funny, though. I feel like I jumped on the Oklo train late, Trevor said. The Oklo train. OKLO, of course. It does seem late now, but as far as a day trade goes, Oklo or Oklo is looking really hot once again. Keeping it up, right? Keeping it going. That's a pretty good pop. With Oklo. 48 bucks. 3.55%. Not too bad. Not too shabby, right? Not too shabby. I do the same with me and my daughter's Roku remotes. My daughter, for some reason, she really loves the remote. Like she just always wants to change the channel and do all that. Still watching Palantir around 24%, a little bit better than 22%. The cool thing about Palantir is that it's actually holding above 100 today. And it's actually bouncing very close to 100 as well. So it's acting as good support. Oh, they like the sounds the remote makes? I see. I don't know what it is. My daughter, she's always pointing the remote at the TV, and she just starts, like, making the smart TV do a whole bunch of stupid stuff. But hey, you know, it works. She's learning. UPS in the house. Good morning, everyone. What's up, Miguel? You talking about UPS, FedEx? I've been watching both of those lately. FedEx is a big one on the daily chart. That is a bad break of the trend recently. Really rough. UPS has been rough too. You guys know what they say, you know, you got to fill those gaps. That's what UPS did. I'm just joking, guys. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. The gaps do not have to fill all the time. Just an FYI. Not always. Now, it seems like they do pretty often, but like, it is kind of wild, you know, like on this downtrend, like we have a gap here, filled. Like we have a gap, filled, gap, filled. It's like every time there really is one, gap, filled. It's like it really has been pretty spot on this downtrend on UPS, though, I gotta say. At least on the big gaps. I don't know what I don't know how you're gonna quantify that, but like, what do you quantify? What's a true gap, right? Of course, any little gap people will probably say is a gap, but I always like to look at these bigger gaps. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. I muted it up just in the nick of time. 520, big area on QQQ. 522 coming up. Talking about gaps filling. QQQ might try to fill the gap up. If we get a good pop out of some of these tech stocks this morning, which we have been seeing a lot of tech stocks moving. You know, it's not like they're exploding, but a lot of these growth tech stocks, Quantum specifically, has been really good today. Rigetti, of course, but these aren't going to fuel the NASDAQ, you know, like NVIDIA would, but they've even been pretty hot. Like since open, NVIDIA, Apple. I haven't checked Microsoft. Microsoft looks a little worse, but NVIDIA has been coming back pretty well. Pretty good recovery, filled the gap. I figured you did, Miguel. It's so funny, Carlo, how they get so interested in stuff. Let's go, NVIDIA. Keep some good momentum flowing. CCJ is trying to move back. How about gold? Look at gold, new all-time highs. Hell yeah, gold. GC, let's check the gold futures. Oh yeah. This is how you do it, gold. Look at that daily chart of gold here. When's Amazon's earnings? Yeah, good question. Amazon reports Thursday and after hours. Not today. They are Thursday and after hours. At least that's what I'm seeing here. Let's go to earningswhispers.com. I cleared out my cache on my computer the other day. Now all my stuff is deleted. Funny enough. I want to make sure though that it's confirmed. It is Thursday confirmed. Okay. Looking at Amazon on the daily, they are pretty hot. I'm gonna have to delete some drawings though, aren't I? This was a huge move with Amazon. I love the way it's setting up actually for a potential breakout. It's looking really hot. Now I know that there's earnings Thursday, so that's gonna be a big catalyst for the run, we'll say, but I love the way it's actually bouncing here and holding its ground slightly above, right where the previous resistance was at 234, 235. It's now using that as support and holding it very, very well on the daily. This is setting up in a great way for a bounce off of this and run higher. I love it. I love the way it's setting up here on Amazon. Keep watching it the next few days. Probably get some good intraday opportunities. Today, it seems like it's stuck at resistance. I think the main opportunity today would be trying to play a resistance break once we actually get some momentum coming in. But if that momentum doesn't come in, don't feel, the need to force that trade. Make these breaks happen. Like NVIDIA is in the same type of setup. It's stuck at resistance now. It's trying to break out, but it's really stuck. Once they break is where I think a lot of bulls are going to really benefit today. Why did the chicken cross the road? Why is that, James? It's because he was egged on. Gotcha, RC. You're looking at Goog. Okay. Amazon is going to start selling cars now, TJ said. That's actually been a thing for a while. You can actually go to their website and buy cars. Here, look at this. At least Hyundai. Whoa, you can do BMWs here? Hell yeah. I want to buy a BMW on Amazon. What are we going to buy? Where's the M4 comp? What's up with this? I don't want to buy some electric car that goes 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. My word. For 70K? Hell no. Definitely not. Interesting, though. That's cool what they're getting into. That Amazon Auto is interesting. They're going to be doing a whole bunch of stuff, I'm sure. Coconut said they sell cheap motorcycles, too. Oh. That's what all those kids are driving around now. Where I live, there's a whole bunch of idiots that drive these like little scooters on the side of the road. And it's because they can't drive cars because they're like got in trouble or something. It makes me laugh. But they do these like little electric bikes. They probably bought off Temu or something. How's Tessie today? Filled the gap again, up to 390 with Tesla. Everything filled the gap and is running into resistance. At least a lot of the bigger stocks are. Apple, Tesla, Amazon, Goog. Running into resistance here. Google's actually breaking resistance a little bit. Barely. You can tell how it's extending out, though, just a little bit above resistance. It's looking pretty good. Looks pretty solid today. These setups in the short term, though, just remember, guys, that things can get impacted by the news very drastically. It's good to see JD actually recovering up today, though. Maybe BABA, you know, some of the China stocks coming back a little bit. Let's go look at BABA on the daily, because it's actually been pretty hot. We had that big money play come in on BABA. That's like a longer term setup, though. Yeah, Carlo. They always make me mad because they like, sometimes they almost drive in the road. I'm like, gosh, I'm gonna hit you guys. I don't want to. Definitely don't want to. John says Rigetti's back. Yeah, the Quantums. On fire today. We've been watching Rigetti, a couple others. Rigetti's like right at $15 resistance. Carlo, you're in Singapore, right? Right? You said the roads here are mostly 2 to 3 lanes unless you're on a highway. Yeah, same here, same here. At least the roads by me are mainly 2 lanes. But I live like in the country, so, or kind of in the country. Close to it. Yeah, but I know in a lot of other countries like that, Carlo, I've seen a lot of scooters on the road. You can actually rent them a lot of times. Like, if you go there, you can, like, rent scooters to go ride around. And I'm not saying Singapore, but a lot of places that I've seen. My mom does a lot of traveling and talks about it. The best thing that they ever did, it was funny, my mom traveled recently and she took a Waymo. She did one of those Waymo robo-taxi things. It was pretty funny. She got a kick out of that. She loved it. Them Lime bikes are from Uber. Oh yeah, I know those. Those are pretty popular, Jesley. Yeah, the e-bikes. Yeah. Coconut says they go 45 miles per hour. Gosh. Speaking of these robo-taxis, let's go back to Tessie. Oh, well, let's go check Rivian, Lucid. I'm just going to check all the EV stocks today. Looks like some of the more growth ones, like Rivian, coming back a little bit today. Lucid. I like the way Rivian's actually extending up and out. NIO has been one that's been really hot, though, with the China stocks. It's been holding $4. Consolidating pretty hard. Definitely looking for a bigger breakout here. BYDDF is BYD. I believe that this is the biggest EV company in China. Or they, we'll say, lead the market in China. Yep, they're the leading car brand in China. And the world's top EV maker. Wow. BYD has been the best-selling car brand in China since 2023. Pretty good. Palantir's low-key climbing. It is. Let's see. 1 minute. Good break. Good break. A lot of people are looking for 110 today. That's really the next whole dollar mark here on the chart would be 110. We're really not that far off. Like, it's already ran up pretty much 6 points from the low of day today, so another 4 points into 110 would not be that crazy. Let's see the Palantir book map, because it's hard to see like what's coming up overhead, but 110 will be next. We broke above 105 today. Getting the breakout there, of course, which is nice to see, but 110 next. 508,000 shares stacked at 110. That's a lot of shares. Now, Palantir is very popular today. Lots of volume, so Coconut says BYD has some fantastic EVs. I'm sure they do, being the leading maker over there. That's crazy to say. Sold cover calls at 118. Nice. I think 118 is a nice strike for selling those cover calls. When is the expiration? How's Bookmap look for SPY? How much resistance at 598.50? I don't really look at SPY too much on the Bookmap, but there might be something there. Let's see. Yeah. You can tell SPY is a little crazy on the Bookmap. 598 itself was pretty large. I'm not seeing much at 598.50 right now, but it's been like fluctuating in this zone for a little bit, so it's kind of what it's done is it's wiped out a lot of the stacks that would be there. So see, now this stack 598.60 coming in and 597.80. Lot going on the SPY ETF, but looking at SPY itself, you said 598.50 is definitely huge. So even while like we can't tell on the Bookmap, we know though that 598.50 is crucial because we've seen a ton of bounces here today. So it's definitely huge, definitely a big level. It's on a lot of radars. Here's the thing with Bookmap that a lot of people need to understand is that it's showing you where the buyers and sellers are stacking up in the moment, but it's not showing you the market orders that hit. So like all the volume of like people just coming in and just buying it right there for the current price and stuff, all those fills, it'll show that of course on those volume dots and the fills, but it's not showing you the stacks of those because those people, like, for example, there might be like an algorithm set up to trade the high of day breakout on SPY. So like what it's going to do is like there's an algorithm watching this quadruple top, and once SPY starts to break, it's going to alert and automatically just place market orders and just buy it up as it breaks out. And that might be how that algorithm is coded to trade the breakout. And there might be excuse me, tons of algorithms doing that in different ways. And a lot of times, especially on like high of day breaks and resistance breakouts and stuff like that, is where those orders and those alerts come in, and that's what really creates that good momentum. And we're about to see it maybe happen with SPY as this high of day breaks. And this is where you could try to follow, you know, like let's say those breakout algorithms. Hell yeah, Chase. 598.50 starting to break though, looking good, SPY. Already almost a 599. Gonna be watching that, and then $600. Big resistance is coming up. Demure, man, I thought I could get a quick short on Palantir and Open. That bounced up so quick. Thank you for the stop loss. Wow, yeah. Palantir did end up breaking out in a big way. I don't blame you for trying to play the rejection, though. It had a good double top going. Just following positive earnings. Little rough there. Palantir. Can't believe it, though, Demure, the way it still broke out. It'd be crazy now if it used, like, 105 as a good support today. That'd be pretty cool. Let's see it. Let's see it. QQQ filled the gap, running up into 522 now. Officially filled it up. SPY is almost there. SPY could pop a little more, up to, like, 600 again. It would fill the gap. SPY is at my first resistance, though, 599. So we got the solid break, but running up into 599 resistance. Going to be watching for 600 coming up. If we can just blast through 599. It's a big area, though, on the SPY. I actually would not be surprised if it fell. Based off the setup I'm seeing, I like it for a possible rejection back down here. And actually, that would be setting up for like a perfect head and shoulders type of pattern. If we see a 600 test here, that's going to be perfect. But 599's on watch too. It's already rejecting a little bit here at 599. Not a ton yet, but you can tell it's starting to shift. You know, there's a little wick extending up to 599. Check on the QQQ. Nvidia still looks great. Great action here. 120 is going to be a big resistance on Nvidia. Let's check the book map here. Oh, yeah. 393,000 shares at 120. My gosh. Look at all that overhead liquidity. See how it's like a bunch of blue up here? There's like a lot more sellers overhead than buyers underneath. That's for sure right now. Not always the best sign to see that, actually. It's showing that there's a lot of selling liquidity overhead, which is pretty much like bearish liquidity, you could say. as a different way to say it, we'll say. Jolts in 5 minutes? Hell yeah, 3 minutes now. Jolts job openings. We'll see if that can get the market moving a little bit. Let's go, NVIDIA. This is huge. Let's measure this. Okay. Be like 121 if it went with the measurement, but we know 120 is huge, so be ready for 120. Huge resistance there. Can you give us the Jolts? Hell yeah, Whiskey. We'll definitely talk the Jolts. I might be too excited about a stock in the moment, but we'll get it. How's everybody doing today, though? Hope we're all having a great day out there in the markets. Pretty crazy action. Good recovery so far today. Here's Tesla coming back. Gonna push 390 again. $390. I have something going on where my daughter's actually sick. She probably got whatever the hell I had last week, but she's sick. I'm gonna be figuring that out at some point today. $390. Look at Tesla double topping. Very close to $390. Wow, that's going to be tough. It'll probably break, but it'll take a little bit. All right, Quantum. Quantum really slowed up. QUBT all the way back down. QBTS, very similar. Popped up a lot at open, pulled back. QBTS looks better for like a pop, pull, and go. It almost seems like right now it's on the pull, and it's getting ready for a go. That would be hot. And then, of course, you'd want to enter on the pull. What you could do is if you wanted to trade D-Wave Quantum here, you throw a stop under this low here. If it turns around and starts to break under $6, you're out. But use $6 as a good stop loss area. It's 11 cents under where we are. As long as your target on the profit is more than 11 cents or 10 cents, you'll be pretty solid there. So I like it though overall. QBTS, a good $6 support. Nice psychological level. Interesting opportunity today. QQQ 522 breakout though. That's a big 1 minute candle there. Wow, QQQ made it happen. It filled the gap and then said, see you later. NVIDIA is right at 120. Gonna be going for the break here. We're looking at 395, pretty much 400,000 shares. At 120, NVIDIA. Let's see the break. I'll take it, Whiskey said. Hell yeah. 7.6 M to 8 mil. What's that at? What are you talking about there, Jesley? Oh, the Jolts, yeah. But I want to see the Spy. This is what we want to see. This is what we're talking about with QQQ with that big candle extending up and through. It came 7.60. little bit under, actually. But we're talking about job openings, so good to see. Love to see it there. I've been watching CNBC waiting for the headline article. It's coming. They haven't got it quite yet, but I'm waiting for it. I know, though, the numbers are out. Trump expected to sign an executive order on Tuesday restoring maximum pressure on Iran. I wonder if that'll get oil going a little bit. If Trump does some Iran stuff, look at oil today. Ever since open, oil has been popping off. Now, it's recovering back from the past couple days, but see how crude has actually been down, but the daily chart on crude futures gets nuts because of that 2020 negative shit. Yeah, coming back quite well today on oil, recovering. As it's been dipping, a lot of traders have been waiting for it to post a higher low. You know, it's been doing a lot of higher lows there. Now they're waiting for another higher low to post somewhere over here. This Iran news is exactly what people are probably looking for as a catalyst back up. Pretty spot on, though, with the movement from oil. Back to the SPY. A lot of positivity still coming in off the Jolts. Keep in mind, it's Jolts job openings. So open jobs. You want less of those generally. So that's what's good here. Just in case anyone's confused with it. I'm sure some people are. Time to play Google tomorrow, Demir said. It's pretty fire on the setup in the short term. Those earnings are going to be nuts, man. I love the daily setup. Prudential, that's funny. They report tonight, too. Lumen, L-U-M-N reports tonight as well. Did Lumen, like, are they done? That was weird. It, like, wasn't coming up. All right, there we go. $5. It's a growth stock. L-U-M-N went nuts in 2024. But big earnings tonight for them. Back to the NASDAQ. New high a day. Just broke the candle from Jolts. Moving higher, same with the SPY. New high of the day, $600. Starting to test. We're going to have to see, though, if 600 can actually get a good breakout going or not. That's a big deal. $600. Major overhead psychological resistance. I think SPY is going to have trouble getting through on that. Let's go to the 4 chart setup. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to go grab a water from the fridge. Be right back.
this. I don't know how to act, don't know how to adapt to this situation. Not used to this, no I'm not. I better let myself give in to love, believe in us, no matter what it does to my heart. Not used to this, no I'm not. It was like if we were to waste these moments, the like poets who made. You getting into my brain. I feel emotionally drained. You getting into my brain. You getting into my brain. You're new to me. I don't know who you are, be like a piece of art. I want more, but better slow it down. Inside my mind is getting all too loud. I get scared. Not used to this. Let's go, let's go. 600 breaking out in a crazy way. That's exactly what we want to see. Let's go. If you guys are just now joining up, destroy that like button. We're having one hell of a recovery day today. A lot of good momentum and price action out there. Resistances are breaking like they're nothing. Seeing a lot of good action. Let's go, SPY 600. That's exactly what we want to see right there. Yes. Tom, hell yeah, more. I like that. Let's go. Will T said in the Discord, I can't comment on the live, but I feel like your catchphrase is hell yeah. So Tom, hell yeah, more. I like that. That's perfect. Perfect. I do say that a lot. I do say that one quite often. SPY 0.47%. There we go. Getting up there. It's almost like the market took some hymns. You know, it felt a little down today. And it was like, yeah, let's get back up there. You know, right up to $600 plus. Pretty crazy. Pretty good action. The hymns pills. You think this would be a good entry point for Rigetti if it doesn't break 14? It's for somebody special. A good entry point. Oh, break it down. Yeah. I do, yes. That could be a good dip buying opportunity here. If 14 bucks holds up. And I really like your thinking here because 14 allows you to actually have a really good risk-reward ratio. So your stop loss can be pretty spot on there on that side of things. RGTI, 14 bucks. Definitely a good risk reward here with that. And I'm sure a lot of people are going to try to buy up the dip. Now, here's my thing. With Rigetti, it's like, are we looking for a full recovery all the way back to 15 plus? That's where I might get a little iffy with it, but at least for a little recovery, I think it's viable as a trade today. Tesla really rejected at 390. Has had a lot of trouble getting through there. I'm surprised SPY got through 600 so easily, but we have some type of action out there. We're going to check the heat map. The oil stocks really popping off with this Trump news with Iran today. ZOM is on fire. Actively running. Oxy as well. CVX, I'm sure. Why not, right? Yeah, there they are. What about Gush? Gush is up 3%. Actually, not even as good as... I'd rather trade just the oil stocks over Gush today. I don't always say that, but... that's how it's going now. Yeah, have a good one, Demure. Have a good one. Why does the opposite always do the opposite of what I think? What? There's a lot of opposites going on there, Shane. Why does the opposite always do the opposite of what I think?
I feel you, Shane. I mean, that's how it is. Why does the market do the opposite? Yeah. I mean, I get it. You know, sometimes it feels like that. And as a trader, it's very difficult to understand variance in the market. And I would say if it seems like the market's always doing the opposite, it seems like, and now this is something that I have helped a lot of traders with over the years. So if you guys are struggling out there, listen up. Whenever you're creating your strategy, too many traders start flip-flopping. So what they do is, like, if you're a bullish trader, now it's good to adapt. But a lot of traders will have a certain strategy, like, let's just say to the bull side, and whenever the market starts dropping, that strategy won't play out the same. So there's going to be inevitably bad times and maybe even bad months where that strategy might not even work for like a whole month, you know, because it's just how the market runs. But you might make up for that bad month with like 3 okay months, you know? So it's difficult to think about in that sense, but definitely try not to think of the market doing the opposite like that. It's really counterproductive on the thinking, for sure. If that's the case, try doing this. Because if it's always doing the opposite, it can't do the opposite all the time if you find like a directional biased strategy. Like, let's say you're doing bullish trades. You're a bull trader. You could have a bull strat and maybe a bear strat too. You know, get one of those going, obviously, too. But if you are directionally biased to the bull side, it can't do the opposite all the time because it's going to go up half the time, you know, in theory, right? In theory. Like today, you know, if you were directionally biased to the bull side, it'd be pretty good. I like being directionally biased to the bull side more than the bear side because, you know, the market goes up more than down, but there are certain stats out there that show that that might not be true on a day-by-day basis all the time. Depends what time of the year and all that, but don't think Coconut said feel. Feel. Have a good thesis. Holy shit. I flip at the worst times, AK said. That's the thing. With trading, it's wild because it seems like there's something that goes on where right at the point where it seems like everybody starts stopping out and selling and finally changing their direction and adapting to the downside, that's right where the market decides, oh, now we're going to go back up. You know, it's like that every time, it seems like. We talk about that a lot. Well, we used to talk about it a lot more, but there's just a phenomena out there where traders get a little bit too worked up. And it seems like there's like these inflection points where everybody will freak out, like on the SPY. Like, let's just say SPY. It was dipping and we had a good pullback last year, right? September. Around the end of last year, SPY pulled back pretty well. As SPY fell, okay, the majority of traders weren't really that worried at first, you know? You might have had some people freaking out and all this, but the lower it got, the more and more traders started to freak out until at like this point, people are now calling for crash, 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 crash. You know, and everyone's like, yeah, you know, we're going to crash and the feds and yada, 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 right? And then market decides to go up right there. But what my point is that at this point, this is where a lot of traders finally adapted to the downside, and then they started to short down here. wanting it to go lower. But no, then that's where it goes up. You know, and that's our point. Try to do the opposite of what it seems like most people are doing in the very short term. Give me 1 sec here. Trying to help somebody out. Vibe trade with thesis? Hell no. Question about the CSR rule. After exiting your first half of your position on a 5-minute chart, can you use a 30-minute chart? 100% J-Bass. That's a great question. Yes, with the candle snap rule. And for those of you out there that don't know what the candle snap rule is, it's essentially a rule that whenever you enter a trade, you're using the candlesticks to help you exit. What you're doing is you're exiting the 5-minute. You're going to exit if a 5-minute candle breaks lower. So that's your first half exit. Your second half exit would be if the 1-hour chart breaks lower, right? Now it's weird to say because sometimes that might result in, you know, you hitting your stop loss if the 1-hour chart drops too quickly. But a lot of the times what it allows you to do is hold longer, especially on that second half of the position with the hourly. So like right now, like let's just say hypothetically on SPY you entered here. You would exit if we saw the 5-minute candle low break. So like right here, we would exit pretty much if SPY fell under 600.35 because of this 5-minute candle that I'm circling in blue. The red one. We would exit there if that broke. And you can see now it's actually going higher, so it's allowing you to, you know, hold a little bit longer. But it's a rule that we have in Discord. You can check it out in the Key Lessons channel. A lot of good info on it there. But yeah, you can customize it, J-Bass. I digress for a second to explain it to people, but yes, you can customize that. So you could do 5-minute hourly, you could do 1-minute, 5-minute. If you were a really, really quick scalper, you could go, now longer trades, you know, you could go like 15-minute, 2 hours if you wanted. You could go 4 hours, you know, you can actually customize this in a lot of different ways. But for most day trades, 5-minute, hourly works out pretty good. Robert said goes lower or closes lower. It's if the previous candle's low breaks, Robert. So I would say goes lower. It doesn't have to close lower. Some people do run strategies where it does need to close lower, though. I have seen that a lot, but not on this one. Tesla's really rejected at 390. Like, that's a pretty solid rejection. And the QQQ and the SPY are just still ripping like nothing's happened. NVIDIA up to 120 plus. Now it's using 120 now as support, which is pretty nice. Looks solid there. No problem, Steven. I got you. Thank you. Or sorry, Stefan. Sorry, my eyes are bad. I got you far away on a different monitor. It's hard to see the letters. Michael Jordan's son just got arrested. Uh-oh. Was he at Diddy's party or something? Hopefully not. Hopefully not, right? That's funny. Let's see what happened here. Michael Jordan. Arrested for cocaine possession and resisting arrest. DUI. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. His bond is set at $4,000. Oh. Baller. Balling out there. $4,000 bail. I feel like if I knew it was Michael Jordan's son, I'd set it at like 10 million on the bail. I'm just kidding. There's stuff that they have to go off of, but I know. I'm just being funny. Mason goes, uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. The cocaine costs more than the bail. It probably does. Funny enough. I've seen a higher bond for someone peeing in public. Oh no. It is wild how if you get caught doing that in public, how you go get like, yeah, like weird charges and stuff, but I guess it makes sense, but at the same time, and not totally. QQQ bouncing around 524. Starting to actually reject back down a little bit. Same with the SPY. Is SPY going to use 600 now as support, though? That's the big question. Will 600 keep holding up as solid support? I think there's a shot. Yeah, Chase. That's kind of what I was getting to, but not gonna get too deep into that. Of course, just go, have you guys ever seen that movie Big Daddy? Like, it's wild to say that what he did in that movie would get you that type of charge, isn't it? $524 QQQ. Come on, Tessie. Yeah. Nike stock breaking down, Mike said. NKE. Nike. All right. I give up. Tesla dropping to 237 by Friday, Bacon said. Oh no. 237, my God. If that happens, Bacon, I'm gonna step into SpongeBob's casket. All right, get in. If you know, you know. All right, Google 205. Pretty solid resistance. $205.50. Breaking out, Google. There we go. Google is making a new all-time high as we speak. Looking great on that daily chart setup. I love the daily of Google. So hot. I've talked about this setup for a little while. The problem is that I talk about so many stocks. I lose track of them sometimes. I actually have to write down notes about stocks, which, you know, I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, duh, but it's wild just because I'm going back and forth through so many that sometimes I have to have like very specific notes on some. Google is one of those. Big time setup. What was the setup earlier this morning? There was another one that we were eyeing up that was very close. 2 cases of baby oil. That'd be wild. Imagine that headline, huh? That'd be nuts. Thoughts on ARM and Snow, ticker symbol ARM. ARM's not terrible today. It's at resistance, though. This resistance that ARM is actually sitting at is huge. It's where it filled the gap, and it's rejecting again here. This is the second test in the past 2 days, 3 days. Well, 3 trading days, technically, but because it goes back to last week. ABBVs, Yano said. AbbVie coming into play. It's been a fun one, ABBV. It just needs to break 192. It's kind of stuck. It's just stuck there, but I'm definitely watching AbbVie for that 192 potential breakout. For sure, for sure. That's huge. I'm getting some SPY levels for somebody real fast. Still sitting above 600 though. It's actually dropping now. Going to be testing 600 within the next couple minutes, I would think. Come on, 600. We need to hold it today if the Bulls want to stay in control here in the short term. I use Coca-Cola on my battery posts. My buddy taught me that. He goes, yeah, go pour Coke on that. And I'm like, really? That's gonna fix it? And he goes, I swear. And he said to get it with like a wire brush, and sure as shit, worked really good. Worked great. The bots are wild out there, aren't they? Gotta love the bots. And I'm not talking about the Surge bot. I'm talking about the stupid scammer bots. Assholes. Make sure you guys check out the warning channel in Discord. Any news? Not that I'm seeing hit the headline, but let me triple check really fast. We had the Jolts data earlier. It says FTX repayments are to start on February 18th. Bank of America CEO said that the financial industry will jump into crypto payments if regulators allow it. That's a pretty big deal. Target has been sued. This is kind of, you guys are going to like this headline. Target has been sued for allegedly concealing the risks of its diversity and social initiatives, leading to a backlash that caused customers to flee and the stock price to decrease. They're getting sued now. I wonder who's suing them. Probably shareholders. They're going to get a class action. Tom, how you made the green box? Jesley, are you talking about the green box in the bottom right down here? This one? Is that the box you're talking? If so, just let me know. Trevor said, go woke, go broke, or so they say. I love raving and trading with this music, RSB said. Hell yeah. You got my catchphrase going again. Now, every time I say it, I'm going to be self-conscious of that. Whoever brought that up earlier, thanks for that. 3 different mics and 2 different Toms messaged me last night, Chase said. Holy shit. Yeah, definitely see the warning tab and just block them all. It's too bad. Too bad that stuff happens that way. And trust me, I wish it didn't, because we have a lot of stuff that gets ruined because of that stuff. Somebody's got to do something.
There's a gap in the dates, holding on to paper planes and drafts and notes undone. Counting hours till 2 a.m. Redefine the chorus again.
Yeah. Pretty insane, isn't it? Fewer job openings now that the government jobs are getting defunded, Coconut said. True, I didn't think of that. That might play a role. Makes sense. China stocks trying to run, Life said. Life Mind Academy. I like that name. Yeah, Baba, really good today. 3.9%. It actually recovered up so well today that it's giving me hope on the overall setup that the trend continues. You know, yesterday I was getting kind of worried. You know, if we would have opened today and it would have really broke under this 96 support that I have listed here, I would have been pretty worried in the short term. But it's looking pretty good now.
It's silent now, we don't say a word. We're just looking at each other.
The setup definitely held up today. That would have been a good confirmation though down yesterday. Like, If these two wicks would have broke under that support, would have been brutal. Martin said Coca-Cola works. That's funny. If you guys are just now joining up, destroy that like button. Let's go. Let's get those likes up. Rookie numbers out here, as they say. Rookie numbers. Boeing. Little pullback again today. Nothing crazy there. Check on the bank. Citigroup, Bank of America, JP Morgan. Bank of America popped off a little bit. I wonder if Bitcoin's moving with those comments. Nothing really too crazy right now. Nothing too crazy. SPY's going for 601 again. Hell yeah. There we go, 601. I think it's going to go for a high of the day. Wow, let's go. Let's get it. Love it, Saddam. What percentage of a loss would you stop out of a call? Well, Mike, that is a very subjective question. There isn't really a set percentage. I don't like using set percentages myself. Some people do. I'm not a big set percentage guy. I'm more of I let the charts dictate it. Like, let's say I'm a big support player. So, like, if we see support give out, that's where I'm going to exit because that's where I think the price action is going to shift. So that's what I like to do is I'll use supports to stop out. I don't use a set percentage. And a lot of people go, well, Tom, how do you do that with options? Like, how does that even make sense? Like, make that make sense for me. What you have to do is you have to essentially, like, look at the option and you'll plot it. And we'll say, I'll do it real quick. Let me get one up. I'm going to plot one for you. We're going to do a SPY. It expires this Friday. We're going to do a SPY 602 call. Throw it up right here for you. All right. So if we look at the 1 minute chart of the SPY 602 call, you can see today how much it's went up. Now look at when it pulled back, okay? During this pullback, the option dropped around 11%. All right? So what you can do is you can go to the SPY, and since we're scalping, now it's not going to be perfect, but you can essentially say, so this high here is around 601.10, and the low goes down to around 610. So a $1 pullback on SPY is essentially resulting in a 10 or 11% pullback. So a $1 pullback with SPY on these options, with the way it's priced currently and with the way that the pricing is, a $1 pullback is going to be about 11%. Now what you could do is you can now use support. You can use $600 as your support. So what you're going to do to calculate your risk is that you're just going to simply enter more or less contracts. You already know that if it pulls back a certain dollar amount, so each $1 is going to be around 10 to 11%. So if you enter now at 601 and it pulls back to 600, that's going to be around 11%. So you're going to want your stop just under that because you don't want it to get flushed out if 600 tests. So you're going to go with like 15%, something just under what you're looking for there. Now, as far as your overall risk, you know, if you have a $10,000 account and you put $5,000 into this play, you have to calculate out that risk. If you put $3,000 in, it's going to be different. If you put $2,000 in, it's going to be different. $1,000, it'll be different. I like to say keep it around 5% of your account. So if you're looking at a calculator, let's just say your account is $100,000 you would do 5% at max risk on one trade. So at max, I normally go 2 to 3%, but that'd be $5,000 of 100,000 that you could risk at one time. Now, if you're doing this with 5,000, now it's $250, and that'll be on your stop loss. So that'll be how much you could lose before you're stopped out. So you'll have to just figure that out, make that make sense for your account. If your account's $3,000, you'll have to go with a different number. It'll be $150 then. And you'll do the math and figure out that, okay, if SPY falls $1, that'll be 10% to 11%. So you would just enter with an amount that would not let you go over, in this example, your 150. Hope that makes sense. Brilliantly explained. Good show. Love it, Matthew. Thank you, sir. I'm sure that helped a lot of people. That was a good question, Mike. And you can get more complex with what I was talking about by looking at options Greeks to calculate it out, but I find it totally easier just to go on the chart and just be like, okay, if it pulls back this is what it's generally going to be. I find that to be way easier. Especially because we're just scalping. My account goes down 20K, and I shrug it off. I say 50 cents on bread, and I jump for joy, Coconut said. Insanity. It is funny. I can see where that does get a little weird to think about sometimes. At Walmart last night, there was one of those new Mustangs there. It was pretty cool. I gotta save that? Hell yeah. I saw you guys said that, so I had to say it again. Oh, man. I'm never gonna live that one down now. I'm just... Every time I say it now, I'm gonna be thinking about it. You guys definitely got me there. Golden info. Hell yeah, RSB. Love it. See, I said it again. Tesla, 0.39%. Tesla, pretty bad pullback here, though. We've been talking about 390 rejecting now all morning, pretty much. Still holds up. Nvidia's pulling back. Are we going to get the afternoon run? Like... You guys think that we'll get a good afternoon push? I'm going to do a poll, all right? Will the NASDAQ and SPY typing it all out? All right, vote it up. Will the NASDAQ and S&P keep pushing this afternoon, or will they slow down / pull back? Let me know. What do you think? That's funny, Trevor. Oh my god. Will, why can't you talk on the stream? Start assessing stocks. That would be funny. I should have like a stamp. Like a hell yes or hell no stamp. Oh, no YouTube account. I gotcha. I see, okay. I was making sure that I didn't, like, ban you or something. I was like, if I did, I'll give you a pass this time. Because it didn't make sense that you would be banned, because I was like, how? Come on. Will didn't get banned. You know, I was like, there's no way. Visa, right around resistance. Oh, that's why you asked him? That's funny. Worked out then. Miguel said the market will close red. Well, it could close red. That wouldn't be too surprising. Especially because it gapped down. Yesterday and today, the market opened up lower and then moved higher after opening. It was kind of a good surprise. I was kind of glad to see it. Not like overly, it's not like I jumping up and down for joy or nothing, but it has been some decent action at open. Rick said Grab on fire. Is that a stock? Grab? Grab Holdings? Is it just me? I've never heard of Grab. Apparently I have, because I have drawings on it, but it's been a long time. It's a growth stock coming back from the dead. I'm sure one of you guys talked about it in the past, but it's actually good to see it above $5 today. Let's see what they do. Grab Holdings. Let's see. They had a takeover of GoTo at $7 billion valuation. Grab is talking about doing a takeover of GoTo. I mean, that's why they're popping off. Apparently, these companies have been in talks for years. Interesting, though, Grab. It's one of these, like, what would you say, meal delivery? Is that what you'd classify it as? It's Asia's Uber. It is? Now, I never heard of that. I didn't know it was Asia's Uber. If that's the case, we got to put Grab on our watch list. We're throwing it on there either way. A lot of stocks out there, of course. Not going to know everyone, but let's go see AI today. Coming back. I like how AI is holding the $30 support. Bouncing off of it pretty well. Good hold and pop back. Oh, Southeast Asia more specifically. That's funny. James said that they call Walmart Wally World. Hey, we call that Wally World too. But what do you guys call other restaurants? Like Taco Bell and McDonald's, and I know we talk about Mickey D's a lot around here. You know, it's been a while since we've brought up some Mickey D's talk. Speaking of that. Oh. Ever since they took the McRib away, I'm sad now. Now I have to pay $5 for a Big Mac. Whenever a year ago, Big Macs were 2 for $5. Now it's 1 for $5. But no. I did eat one recently, though. I had to eat one on, like, Friday. Which is, I thought was funny. I had to bring it up, though. It had me laughing. Bro, I wish. That might have saved my life, though. The 2 for $5 Big Macs. Yeah. That is, I didn't think of that, Mason, but them making it higher price, it might save people who would, if it was cheap, they would just eat too much, you know? Like that, I didn't think about that. Maybe I gotta go give McDonald's a handshake for that, because you're right. I never thought of it that way. No, I'm kidding, though. Obviously, I'm pissed. Speaking of McDonald's, though, their stock has actually been dipping quite a lot. You know, it fell down. It's been kind of stuck in the mud. It's trying to hold support around 285, and it's holding its ground, but not the best action, that's for sure. They're treating obesity. Now the value menus, buy one, get one for $1. I saw that too. Yeah. It sounds nice, but you gotta pay $4 for what used to be $1. My buddy went to the only McDonald's that has blue arches. There's a McDonald's with blue arches? I'm looking this up now. It's in Arizona. Ah. Wow. I never knew that, Mason. Again, we learn something new every day. Is it maybe the most important information? No. But never knew that. Blue arches in Arizona. Shopify, S-H-O-P, Rick said. It is funny, though. I'm sure someone found it interesting. Shop running up to 120. Pretty big resistance from the past few days. You can see on the daily chart, Shop is setting up in a way where it almost looks like Google. It's similar. Shop and Google are in that similar setup on the daily where they popped off. They're testing resistance and consolidating hard, but it looks like they're setting up for a good run and breakout. So keep watching Shop. I think it looks great for the next couple trading days, next even couple weeks. See some good breakout potential here. Let's see the poll. 27 votes in the poll. Come on, let's get more votes than that. While you're voting, destroy the like button too. Will the NASDAQ and S&P keep pushing this afternoon, or will they pull back? It looks like keep running and pushing higher is winning. Nice.
Tell me what you're thinking, give me what you're drinking. You and me, we got something special, baby. You and me, you and me. I can think this was never meant to happen. You and me, you and me. I can't help it.
Taco smell. Rab Hub. How is Yum? That is a stock that a lot of people don't think of too often. Yum. They own a ton of restaurants. KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Long John Silver's, A&W. Apparently they own something called Habit. I don't even know what that is. Yum, though. Looking at it on the daily, it's definitely a slow mover. It's not going to be something like Nvidia, that's for sure. These restaurant companies. You know, TXRH, Texas Roadhouse, is pretty fire, though. I know everyone loves that place. I was actually just there. I don't know if I said that yesterday or not, but... Habit Burger is awesome. I gotta try one. I love burgers. I could eat a burger from anywhere. Unless it's like a... If it's like a beef tartare burger or something, then no. But pretty much any burger I'm down for. Check out LVS. Oh, Las Vegas Sands. Yeah. They're pretty big in China. Under 39. Will be good for a pop into the 50 area. It actually does look really fire here. Holding support. A good sign to see that. It's filled the gap. Pretty good setup on LVS. The risk-reward ratio's there. It's just tough. Like, when you zoom out with LVS, I don't know. It doesn't have, like, the long-term setup that I'd really like to see. But I'm not saying you're wrong, though. That's for sure. It could get back into the 50s pretty easily. We're not too far off there. You said under 39, though. That'll be big. If it does test support again, that would be crazy. China's investigating Google. Do you think it'll affect their earnings? No, I don't think it'll affect their earnings at all. It looks like their stock don't even care either. I mean, look at the stock. Now, it might affect their earnings in the future. Like, let's say that they do an investigation and then they decide to fine them like billions of dollars or something. That might hurt them on one of their earnings because they'll have to, like, they might show that there's $3 billion less dollars or like $10 billion less dollars, or who knows what the fine could be, right? But I think you kind of get it. That fine will hurt them, but... Check the OPRA for a pop to 35. OPRA. Opera. Is this the company that makes Opera the browser? It might just be. I want to make sure it is, though. Yeah, it is. It looks like it is. Yep. They do a lot of AI stuff as well. Obviously, you know, being in the browser space, but... Go see if there's any news hitting real quick. Ha! Unusual Whales just put out a funny post. They said Starbucks, their CEO, got paid $96 million last year for 4 months of work. 96 million bucks for 4 months of work. That sounds good. Wow. 20,000 United States federal employees accepted the Trump's administration's offer to leave their positions, but they're going to keep getting paid through September. But 20,000 said that they would leave. That's pretty crazy. McDipping? That's not bad. Paid time off, I'd take it, Mason said. Me too. Yeah. It just seems wild, don't it? It just seems like a wild headline. I'll tell you what, Starbucks stock don't care. All right, all right. I appreciate you guys joining up today. We're probably going to call the stream here. We got the poll going. It looks like keep running / pushing higher is definitely winning it today. So the majority thought SPY could keep pushing, and it actually is pushing pretty good here. Holding above 600. Looks pretty great. Keep looking for more good momentum. Lots of good stocks out there. A lot of good price action, but have a great one. I'll talk to you guys later. Let's go. Let's have a good one. Appreciate you all joining up. Of course, if you need anything, feel free to shoot me a message on Discord. Hop in the SM chat if you're in the trading floor later, or even the discussion channel if you're not in the trading floor. Let's go have some fun. But all right, I'll see you all later. Let's have a great one.